Okay, here we are on time today, 5 o'clock. How is everybody doing? I am Janine Troutman. This is the Wednesday Live at 5, and today we are talking about motivation. And if you are just jumping on here, please say hi, introduce yourself, let me know where you're from. I'm Janine, I'm from New Jersey. We're having really weird weather out there. It's not cold, but it's super dark and damp and it's just strange. So hello everybody, I see you're jumping on. I thought today's topic, well, first let me do the whole spiel. Hold on. So we have a lot of new people in the group. So, hey, Rhonda, how are you? The reason why I do these live at 5s is because I want to give everybody hope. I had healed myself from MS about 10 years ago. I started with little things here and there, and I just kept finding new ways to heal my body until eventually I ran into the medical medium when he released his book in 2015. And although I was already, I'd say 75% healed by then, he was the one who really helped me hone in on what I was fighting and how to fight it. And then that brought me to 100% healed. So what I want to do is give back in a number of ways. This is one of the ways. Every Wednesday I come on here and I give you tidbits on how to heal yourself, what worked for me, what works for some of my clients. I also have an online program. It's a 4-month coaching course where we put all of this information to work, and we do weekly coaching. And a lot of times that's where I get my topics. Bryant, hey, how are you doing? Blanca, hello, how are you? I want to scroll up here before I miss everybody. Mary and Daria and Gail, Mary, hello, how are you? From Plainfield, is that Plainfield, New Jersey? Because we have a Plainfield here too. That's not too far from where I grew up. I grew up in Sayreville, up north. Karen, how are you doing? So this is one of the things that I like to do so that you can start healing right away. You can take this information. All the videos that I do on Wednesdays can be found in the events section. And all of that information is everything that I did to heal. Today's going to be a little bit different. Oh, hey, Jane, how are you? I didn't see you in there. How are you? Today's going to be a little bit different. Rather than me talking about the celery juice or heavy metals or the cause of MS, I felt it was important to talk about motivation. Hey, Dawn. Because I don't know about you guys, the people that I've been talking to have been struggling with staying motivated, and I have been struggling with it so much lately, especially today. Everyone I talk to, hey Bella, everyone I talk to today, I'm letting them know, I'm like, it's so ironic. I'm doing a video on motivation, and I cannot motivate myself for anything. I just can't do it today. And so I want to share with you what I do to either allow myself this lack of motivation or to get out of it. Because a lot of times there's nothing that you can do but sit here and beat yourself up over it, right? You're just going to sit here and beat yourself up over it. There's so much stuff I want to get done right now, and I'm procrastinating, right? You're doing this and you're doing that, and you're doing all of these other things that really don't need to get done in order to feel some sense of accomplishment, which is really just helping you avoid or distract yourself from doing what needs to get done. So what I've decided to do is I sit here and I watch videos on motivation, and my go-to always is Mel Robbins. She has this new book that she just released, The High Five. I forget what it's called. I just came across it. But a lot of the stuff that she talks about is a lot of stuff that I do for myself. So that's why I wanted to have a conversation here today. So if you have anything, pop in, write the comments, let me know if you agree, disagree, what works for you. But so motivation, you want it to, let's say if you're going to start working out, if you're going to start a new health program, like Path to Healing, my program, if you want to just go gluten-free, this motivation comes in and you're like, yeah, I really want to do that. This is what I'm going to do. And here are all the reasons why I want to do it, how my life is going to get healthy, right? And then you're 2 weeks in and you're going, I don't feel like doing it. I just don't feel like doing it. I just don't have it in me. The motivation is gone. You know why? I love saying this. You know why? Because motivation is bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. It doesn't last. Motivation wasn't designed to last. It comes in and it gets you fueled up to do something. but it's not a long-term goal. All right. So all of a sudden you're like, I don't feel like doing this and I don't feel like doing that. And the motivation that you felt when you first made the decision is completely gone. So what do you do then? Well, then you sit and you think about, okay, well, how can I get this shit done? Well, I don't feel like doing it. If we wait until we feel like doing it, we're never going to do it. Let's take working out. Easy. Easy example. Not easy to do because I freaking hate it. I always have hated it. Yeah, I do it, but I hate doing it. I've never liked it, and I don't understand the people who say they do like it. So working out, I have overcome the lack of motivation to work out by saying, this is when I'm going to do it. It's part of my schedule. It's 2 days a week. I am going to lift heavy things at the gym twice a week. And so one of those times is Monday at 5:30. So when Monday at 5 o'clock rolls around and it is time to put my workout clothes on, right away I watch. My brain goes, I don't feel like doing that. And I have learned to combat that with, I didn't ask you if you felt like it. It's on the calendar. It's not up for debate. I didn't ask you to have a discussion about it. This is me talking to myself. I didn't ask you to have a discussion about it. I simply said, it is time to put your workout clothes on because you're going to work out. Because if you remove the ability for you to question it, right? Who's with me on that one? Wait, Mary just said, I agree. It's determination, not motivation. Exactly. If you are determined, Mary, good point. I like that word. If you are determined to get it done, then you're going to do it no matter what you feel like. So I put my gym clothes on and I go to the gym and I hate it the whole time. And I'm like, this sucks. And I still lift the heavy things and I still listen to the instructor and I do it. And I'm usually in a sour mood, but by the end of the class, I'm in a great mood because I'm so proud of myself that I did it, even though I didn't feel like doing it. So working out, doing that is great because whether you feel like doing it or not, if you do it and you lift those heavy things, you're going to get results, right? It doesn't matter if you believe in something. If you do it, it's going to work. So I try to apply that with so many other things in my life. So let's take, because no one else has anything. So I'm going to just talk about me for a second. I have to come up with an email sequence, right? I have to come up with an email sequence because I have another workshop coming up in November. And so when you sign up for the workshop, you're going to get your thank you page with all of your confirmation. And then after that, you're supposed to get an email, right? Sent to the email address that you put in to register with. And then in that email, that's when you're going to get all the confirmation details. I cannot, for some reason, bring myself to do that. I am not motivated for some reason. I don't know why. So what I did today was, I'm like, okay, how many pieces are there to it? And I think that's why I'm not motivated, because I'm completely overwhelmed. I hate tech stuff. I'm not good at it. You see me like trying to do a live on my computer versus my phone. I'm not tech savvy like that. So what I did was I broke it down into a list. I'm like, all right, I know I have to do this. And then after that, I have to put in like the reminders here. And then I have to do that. So doing the whole thing is not feasible to me right now. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'll do the first part and I'll make the template and that's it. And then I'm going to walk away from it. And that's what I did. That's what I got accomplished today. And I'm really happy with that because tomorrow when I sit down in front of my computer again, that's already going to be done. And I can commit to 10 more minutes of, all right, then I'm going to figure out how to do like the mini chat thing where when you sign up as a VIP, you get those messages weekly. Okay, I'm about to go live now. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Shouldn't take me too long, but that's like the one thing. So by the end of the week, it will be done. Now, if you guys want to register, you can. You absolutely can register. You will be registered, and you just won't get the thank you email. You'll get the thank you page that automatically pops up, but you won't get the thank you email. So just letting you know, it's up on the website now. It's there. You just won't get the email. Anyway, so another part of motivation is the self-talk that we go through. I struggled with this for years. My self-talk was awful. I was a bitch to myself. I mean, if I didn't do something that I set out to do, I would just be so mean. I'd be like, well, see, this is why you're never going to accomplish anything. This is why you're never going to be healthy. You can't even do this. The attitude that you talk to yourself with is the same attitude that you project onto the things in the world. If somebody presents to you something that is going to be healing to you, or hey, what about this? That negative self-talk is the same attitude that you're going to project onto them, and you're never going to actually get the solutions that you need because you're not going to recognize them. Hold on. Because you're going to have such a poor outlook on what's possible. Because when you're talking to yourself, when you're looking in the mirror and you're like, you know what? You should have done that today and you didn't. This is why you're never going to get anywhere. That attitude is what you bring subconsciously to the world. So I want you to try something else. If you're anything like me, this is what's been working for me for the last couple of years. In the morning, I used to start out with affirmations and positive thinking, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that works for you, then great, but it didn't work for me after a while, because I would get to the point where I was like, okay, affirmations, yes, blah, 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 and I would just, go through the motions, and I wouldn't feel anything different. So Mel Robbins is the one who brought this to my attention in the beginning. Her words have changed over the years, but it's still the same concept. When you're in the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth, and you're looking in the mirror, look at yourself and say, what can I do for you today? Janine, what can I do? What do you need from me today? What can I do for you? Because honestly, whoever says that to you, like I know your spouse is supposed to, but I don't know. I don't often say it to him, and he doesn't ever say it to me. So we have to do these things for ourselves. We have to be so kind to ourselves and say, what do you need from me today? What can I help you with? And you'd be surprised at what that does to your brain. You'll be so surprised, like you're looking at yourself going, you know what? And this happened to me just the other day. I need some patience. I need some kindness. I need to slow down, and I need it to be okay to do that. Because every time I feel like I want to take a break, I start beating myself up and start going, well, you can't take a break. You need to get this done and this done and this done. And how is anyone ever going to heal if you take a break? You're supposed... And then you're like, okay, fine, I'm not going to take a break. And then you're beat down even more. But if you give yourself the time, the kindness that you would give to anybody else, if one of your friends came to you and said, I need help, I'm tired, I need to take a break, you would say, okay, well, what does that look like for you? How can I help you get there? Let's talk about what your options are. Like, what can you do today to relax? You would be so helpful and so kind. So why don't we do that for ourselves? We always put ourselves on the back burner. We always think, well, let me do for everybody else, because if I don't get something done for me, it's fine. I'm fine. I can handle that. I could disappoint myself and no one would know. But if I disappoint somebody else, I'm not going to be able to live with that. So we're putting everybody else before us. And then what happens? We get so bogged down. And I know that when I was having symptoms, especially right before I was diagnosed, I was doing everything for everybody. And I was taking all of my emotions and I was packing them down so far that now it's clear to me why I couldn't feel my feet, why I couldn't feel my legs, why I got diagnosed with MS, because all of that negative shit that I didn't allow myself to feel, allow myself to deal with, I packed down so deep. We all think that, not we all think, but I thought at least, healing was a physical thing. Sickness, illness, disability was only a physical thing. And I didn't know that it all has to do with everything. Of course, your physical, but also your mental, your emotional, and really how you deal with yourself. I had to learn, and it's a practice. It doesn't come easy, but I really had to learn how to be kind to myself and give myself what I needed. And I still struggle with that. It's not something that it comes easier to me. Because I work with so many different types of personalities, I see a little bit of myself in everybody that I work with, and that's able to help me recognize the things that I still need to work on inside of me. So let me take a break. Hold on, let me just take a break for a second. I have some comments coming through here. Gail says, how did you get so smart and figure this out? Okay, that is an LOL. That is pretty funny. Thank you for saying that, but all these, I'm still in the learning process. I'm constantly learning how to deal and how to learn. And because I want to be there for so many people, I know I have to remain strong. And resources, books, YouTube, I'm constantly trying to absorb information and see what resonates with me so that I could do better, I could be better. Especially going into my marriage. My God, I am 43 years old. I was single for 7 years when I met him. And I never thought I would have another relationship again in my life because of how bad the first one was and how much I was enjoying being single. I loved it. And then I met him and fell in love, and I was so scared. Like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to be a good partner? And I just started reading. And I thought I was so well prepared. God damn it. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. Especially now being pregnant and being in this marriage at 44 and 45 years old, I had no idea the shit that was going to be coming up. Like our baggage, our trauma from the past, like it's all coming up. But I'm learning that it's coming up because we're in a safe place right now. We're stable. We know how to communicate with each other. So when it does come up, it's not so scary anymore. I don't automatically think there's something wrong with our marriage. There's something wrong with us. Why are we fighting? No, I'm thinking, okay, this is coming up for a reason. What is that reason? What are we supposed to be learning from this? And in addition, what is triggering this? I realized the other day, he had sighed out of frustration. I didn't even know he was frustrated in that conversation. And so I got triggered because in my past, there were family members who would sigh out of frustration and disgust for me when I was a little girl. And it took me hours of arguing before I realized I was the one who was triggered. All he did was sigh. And so that was a huge breakthrough for me. And again, it took hours of arguing before we came to the solution and realized why it was happening. But in the past, we would have never come full circle. I should say the person that I was in a relationship with, we would have never come full circle. It just would have been one of those things where we would argue and then I would have to pack it down and move on, but we learned from it. So it's constantly a learning process. Mary, what did you just say? You said you motivated me to go to my room and work out even though it's 11 p.m. Then I'm going to bed. Mary, that's amazing. 11 p.m. and working out. I'm looking at the clock, right? And I'm going, all right, I'll be done with this live at 5 at like, what, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I'll go work out then. And then I watch my brain and I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, I have to do this, and that, and I don't want to work out. And because it wasn't on my schedule today, I give you a lot of credit because I'm still not sure. Like my schedule for working out is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, right? But Thursday's an easy like Pilates day. So today's like the if, and I always talk myself out of it. So I give you a lot of credit. Speaking of working out, I came across this statistic and it made me feel really good. And I wanted to share it with you guys. It said that a couple of things. I took some notes here. Your mood in the morning affects the rest of your day. And so when I used to start out with those affirmations and the positive thinking, and then I get frustrated with myself because like I felt like I was spinning my wheels, that's what sets you up for the rest of the day. So if you could take a couple of minutes in the morning and talk to yourself in the mirror, look at yourself and say, how are you doing today? What do you need from me today? How do you want your day to go? And it's going to feel really weird. I mean, super weird. In the beginning, you're going to feel like an idiot. But the more you do it, the more you're going to look forward to doing it. I actually look forward to doing it. I look in the mirror and I'm like, all right, Janine, sometimes I do use my own name. What do you need today? What can I do for you? Because you're looking at another person. Sorry, I'm still fighting this sore throat. For weeks, I thought I was fighting something because I had a sore throat. My husband finally goes, no, I read somewhere that when you're pregnant, it's very common to have a sore throat all the time because your immune system is lowered. I'm like, really? I really thought I was dying. Like I couldn't kick something. He's like, no, you're pregnant. It's fine. Anyway, so the more I talk, of course, the more dried out I get. So anyway, another statistic I found today that I thought was really important was approximately 91% of women are unhappy with their bodies. 91% of women are unhappy with their bodies. And it says, unfortunately, only 5% of women naturally possess the body type often portrayed by American media. And over 50% of women will not look at themselves in the mirror. And I was wondering, how can we take that to the next level? How can we be kinder to ourselves, right? We're constantly judging. Let's take getting healthy. Let's take one of the protocols in this group, like the celery water and the lemon juice. I'm constantly telling people not to overdo it. We all want to be rock stars, and we all want to go, 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 and do it every single day. And then on the days where we don't feel like doing it, we beat ourselves up for it, which is counteracting the positive effects of what we're trying to do. What we need to do is be so much kinder to ourselves and say, all right, you know what? I did it 4 days this week. I'm not doing it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm taking the day off, and that's okay, because I did so much for myself today. And that's what leads me to wanting to talk to you about manifesting. I don't want to give anybody I don't even know how to say this. I don't even know the words right now, but the people who are watching this right now, who are unable to walk, have very low energy, and have a ton of symptoms, they're looking at me as an end result, and their brain might go, oh, I'll never get there. My God, look how long it took her. I don't think I have 10 years in me. Or there are people saying, yeah, you know what? I'm going to get there. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to get there. And then a couple weeks in, they're like, I don't know if I could do this. When we're manifesting and we're visualizing what we want, what we've been taught to do is visualize the end results, right? So if you're having MS symptoms, like the end results might be not having any MS symptoms, and you're visualizing that. But I feel like that sets us up for disappointment, okay? Back when I was getting healthy, when I was just starting out on this journey, I really did not picture myself all that often 100% healed. At the time, I just wanted to friggin' walk. I just wanted to walk. I wanted to walk without a wheelchair. I wanted to walk without a cane. And I'm like, all right, if I could just get there, I'll be happy. And so that's what I would visualize, and that's what I would work towards, that little baby step. And then when I achieved that, I'm like, oh my God, I did it. Holy shit, right? And then you work on the next baby step. We have to chunk these things down into these little tiny achievements, because it's that proud of yourself feeling that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated. Like, you want more of that feeling. Keisha, afternoon, you guys. I got to get this time zone. Oh, and I know the time zone always messes me up too. I always go to the time zone converter on Google, and I use that because, yeah, it still messes me up too. So, anyway, so we really do have to chunk it down into these small goals and visualize getting to the next level, right? You gotta bridge the gap from where you are now to where you want to be. That is a huge gap right there. So where is the little tiny gap that you can bridge, right? So maybe it is just like, well, what was the first thing I did? Okay, so I wanted to get out of the wheelchair and just be able to walk with just a cane, just my cane, right? And that's what I did. So I guess my point is, be realistic in what you're expecting your body to do, and realize that it's going to be super uncomfortable and it's going to be super hard. And why? Well, because you're actually creating a new groove inside of your brain. Just like when we're creating new pathways inside of our body to get signals to where they need to go. Here, I'll give you two analogies. When I was unable to use my right leg, it was because the signal that was leaving my brain going to my foot, it got stuck at the scar tissue that was on my spine. Now, for those of you who are part of the MS gym or know this already, know that your body has more than one option to get the signal to where it needs to go, right? So it gets stuck here. But if it's healthy enough, it has enough energy, it can recreate a detour. It can create a detour around that. So that's like its plan B. Create the detour around the scar to continue getting the signal where it needs to go. It's the same thing in your brain. Your brain has been carved out with the grooves. You know what a brain looks like. You know all those grooves? Yeah, we carve them out with our signals, with our thoughts. So when you're having the same thought over and over again, like I'll never heal, healing is hard, my life is so hard, I'll never be able to walk again, that's a groove that's constantly getting reinforced and getting deeper and deeper. It's a comfortable groove. I mean, it's not a positive groove, but it's super comfortable because it's been carved out for years. When you start carving out a new groove, when you start making a new pathway, you're actually carving out a new groove in your brain. It's hard. It doesn't feel good. You want to go back to your, what they call comfort zone, your comfort groove, right? So it's so much easier to go like, forget it. This isn't worth it. But what you have to realize is if it's uncomfortable, you're doing it. You're already doing it. Yeah, it sucks. And yeah, it'd be easier to go back to your old ways, but let me just stick with this and see what happens. Let me be okay with being uncomfortable. Let me be okay at sucking at the first draft, like my email sequence, right? Let me just get something done. Let me get something on paper. Let me just get the lemon water down 1 day a week, 2 days a week, whatever it is, but chunk it down into like these little tiny baby steps that you can go, you know what? Went to the gym. I didn't work out for an hour. I worked out for 15 minutes. I lifted 2 things that were heavy and then I went home. But that's okay because at least I did it and maybe I'll do better tomorrow. Treat yourselves like you would treat a best friend or you treat your, not spouse, because I know he and I have been at each other's throats lately, but treat like you would treat your children, because I feel like we're always kind to our children. We're always patient with them, especially, you know, our children are our best friends. And I think you're going to find that life gets a lot easier and we start achieving our goals a lot more quickly when we're kind to ourselves. And it took me many years to realize that defeat, I always felt like I was defeated when I would allow myself to be emotional and just cry and just get it all up and out. I felt like I was losing, like I was surrendering. And it took me many years to figure out and know that when you cry and you're emotional and you're frustrated and you allow yourself to feel those emotions, that's your strength. That is your strength, and that is what you need to get up and out so that you can release and access the positive feelings inside your body. So I know this today was a little bit different. We always talk about the foods to eat and how to heal your body from MS, and I feel like this is just as important to do in addition to the nutrition stuff, maybe even more important, because I can give you all the nutrition advice in the world, and if you're just beating yourself up every day and your self-talk is super negative, you're not going to heal. You're going to have so many blocks to healing that you're going to be spinning your wheels with the nutrition stuff that you're doing, which is why I didn't even plan for this, but what a great segue, which is why I have worked with Catherine Rose, the vibrational healer, for so long, because I know that healing takes place on more than one level. It's not just physical, it's emotional. We have to heal the emotional wounds inside of our body in order to heal our physical bodies. So she's been so important in my life that when I came up with this program, this Path to Healing program, I made sure that she was a part of it. So if you're not already a part of my program, you get them for free. So when you're in my program, you get the clearings for free. But I asked Catherine if she could put together a group exclusively for the Minding Your Soul people, because we all have MS or we all have an autoimmune disease, and we all need to clear the pathways to healing so that all of our efforts that we make nutritionally are going to be realized that much quicker, because we'll be clearing the blocks to that. So anyway, this the next one is they're always the 4th Sunday of the month. And the next one is Sunday the 24th, October 24th. And this is a good one. She has a different topic every month. This one is clearing the energies that are stuck in the myelin and clearing the injuries that have happened inside the myelin. And so I just thought this was a really good one. I'm excited for this one. They're all really good, but I just really like this topic. It's like $53, $52. I think she just raised it to $53. And you don't have to subscribe. You can just do one. So if you want to just do one. And if you're already a client of the Path to Healing, don't worry about this. You're getting it for free. So you don't have to do anything. You get the email, you'll get the Zoom, and it's all on Zoom. So, okay. I might go to the gym. I don't know. I might call my friend. Actually, I think I'm just going to call Amanda and be like, hey, what are you doing? You want to go for a walk? Anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. I hope this resonated with the people who needed to hear it. I have found that myself, my friends, clients that I have talked to, this has been a really tough month. God, everyone knows it has been for me. It started with my husband with COVID, and then Julie with the mono, me being pregnant, and all of a sudden feeling pregnant, like I popped, my stomach is huge now. So it's been a really rough month, and I know September is always hard. Like the kids are going back to school, like the seasons are changing. We're coming into the end of the year. We're gearing up for the holiday craziness. But I feel like this year in particular was extra. It was just so stressful. So if you're having the same thing, I just want you to know that you're not alone. We're all feeling the same way, and we all really do need to build each other up. And in that Minding Your Soul group, I feel like that's exactly what we do. We're all building ourselves up. And I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody so much. So that was my talk today on motivation. I don't know if it helped. I don't know if it resonated with anybody. I hope it did. And I hope you're all doing well. And that's it. I will see you soon. Workshop will be up and ready soon. I'll post that in the group. If you want to go there now and register, great. You absolutely can. You'll get the thank you page. Wait. Keisha said, and did you say that that these are recorded since I missed the beginning? Yeah, these will always be recorded. They'll always stay in the group. So if you go up to the top of the group and you go over to events, in there are all the previous ones, all the recordings of the Wednesday Live at 5s, and they'll stay in there forever. Jenna says, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bella was great. Thank you guys. Mary, Rhonda, thank you so much for joining me. Really, I so appreciate this time. I hope it does something for you, because it does for me every single time. I really do. I love connecting with you guys. All right, well, have a great week. I will see you soon. I will definitely see you next Wednesday on next Wednesday's live. I have no idea what the topic is going to be. If you have any suggestions, put them in the group. Otherwise, I might do a poll. All right, Brian, thank you. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.